Ladies and gentlemen, 13 years ago, Jesse Hernandez and a small pool of others came together and formed what is now known today as the Empire Wrestling Federation.
That's right, Larry. 13 years ago, like you said, these men came together and made the crown jewel in Southern California independent professional wrestling. And tonight we celebrate 13 years at this incredible extravaganza with a night of action-packed wrestling, Larry.
Oh, that is right. We got a packed house. We got a packed lineup. I mean, we can start all the way with our fourth installment, the fourth ever Great Goliath Battle Royal is happening here tonight.
That's right. Great Goliath himself was the man who trained the legendary Jesse Hernandez. Named in his honor, the winner of that Battle Royal gets a shot at the EWF Heavyweight Championship.
And we know all of the success that has come out of that Great Goliath Battle Royal for those competitors. But also here tonight, we have another matchup, a highly anticipated matchup between Ryan Taylor, the reigning American champion, as he defends the title against Liger Rivera.
Well, that's right. Liger Rivera, Ryan Taylor have been feuding for the better part of a year. First over the tag titles and now over the EWF American Championship. Ryan Taylor's not going to let that go without a fight, and Liger's hungry to put that around his waist for the very first time.
Well, definitely we'll have to wait and see in that match, but also we have to wait and see in our main event. Finally, Black Metal is going to get back into that ring, and he's going to get a chance to take on the masterpiece, Chris Masters.
Well, that's right. Black Metal's made this nothing but personal with Jesse Hernandez attacking Frank Mott, attacking Jesse's son, attacking Jesse's granddaughter, as well as various other EWF crew members. And what better way to try to put a stop to the big monster's reign of terror than the masterpiece, Chris Masters?
And what a way to end this 13th anniversary extravaganza with that huge main event. What a way for EWF to celebrate 13 years strong here in 2009. Ladies and gentlemen, here with me tonight for the EWF's 13th anniversary extravaganza, Zero Gravity, Chris Cadillac. Cadillac, you had a great showing against Top Shelf Jeremy Yeager last time here at the Knights of Columbus Hall, but unfortunately for you, you can no longer go after the EWF Cruiserweight Championship. So here tonight is your first show since then. What are going to be your new plans for the EWF?
Well, I just... Dude!
That was a little...
That was rude.
Yeah.
That's Vigilante, right?
Yeah, that's Vigilante. He's got the next title shot. He's going after the Cruiserweight Championship tonight.
Yeah?
Hmm? This is going to be the first challenger for Top Shelf Jeremy Yeager since defeating Zero Gravity Chris Cadillac at our last event, as he's going one-on-one with El Vigilante. And I got to admit, wait a minute.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, but especially ladies, today is the 266th day that I have been Cruiserweight Champion. That's right.
Definitely one of the longest.
I'm approximately 4 months away from being the longest reigning Cruiserweight Champion ever.
That's true. He's on a close track there, right up there with Ryan Taylor.
So what we're doing tonight is we're going to have the Rocky Balboa of the Cruiserweight division, a fourth-rate wrestler too ugly to show his face, and he's going to challenge me for my title. I, of course, will easily defeat this man and go on to become the longest reigning champion. As a matter of fact, the ink wasn't yet tried, but I may be wrestling Icarus Eagle after this. So, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to bear witness to history.
Are you serious, really? That's going to be considered history. Jeremy Yeager defending the championship here tonight against El Vigilante, and then moving on to Icarus Eagle? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great competitors in their own right, but they're not ready. They're nowhere near ready for a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship. Christopher Lee, our official for this contest, as we're getting to start things off. And Lalo, what a way to start things off. Oh, wait a minute now.
Well, yeah.
Shut your mouth.
You came back again.
Scoot your butts over.
We were going to say, look at
Lola Gonzalez, you fat tub of lard, move over.
Well, Well, ladies and gentlemen, the unmistakable voice of the overnight celebrity, Roger Reese.
I have to take my glasses off for this. Who is this?
This is El Vigilante.
Who's that?
Apparently, he's the 4th ranked wrestler in the Cruiserweight division.
4th ranked wrestler. Watch him tap out right now.
Well,
You know who he's going in against? Say it.
Top Shelf Jeremy Yeager, the
Say
Cruiserweight
it.
champion.
Say it again.
The Cruiserweight champion, Top
Say it
Shelf Jeremy
sexier. Shut up.
Now wait a minute, look at this, El Vigilante right now holding his own against Yeager, delivering a vicious kick right across the back.
Those were closed fists, and that was a closed knee.
What are you talking about, a closed knee?
It's a closed knee. Did you not see that?
I didn't know a knee could be closed.
That's what happens, Lalo Gonzalez.
I think Jeremy Yeager may have taken El Vigilante a little lightly here. Look at this, he's got the upper, I was about to say he appears to have the upper hand.
It's over. It's done. This is faster than a Chris Cadillac match. Oh my goodness.
He did call him the Rocky Balboa of the EWF Cruiserweight division.
Who's that?
Rocky Balboa?
Yeah, who's that?
Never heard of Rocky Balboa.
No, who is it?
Wow.
Is he a golfer?
No.
Are you a golfer?
No.
Shut up.
Look at this.
Look at this. Jeremy Yeager just toying with him. This is a piece of cake for Yeager.
Well, if it's a piece of cake for him, he should try to end it right now instead of just toying with him.
Well, Jeremy Yeager, of course, making it known, very well known to everybody that listened. Today is the 266th day of his Cruiserweight Championship reign, the second longest ever, according to him.
Glorious, glorious days. Very happy days he's had with that belt. I've seen him sleep with it. I've seen him carry it. I've seen him take it on road trips. I've been on road trips with him as well. And the belt. Those were marvelous, marvelous times. Party times. And a beautiful scoop slam, Larry Pena. Call it.
Well, right now there's a chinlock right in the center of the ring with Jeremy Yeager trying to make El Vigilante go to sleep here, but he still has
Get ready.
a little more fight left in him. Vigilante trying to find his way up out of this chinlock, and he does.
Well, you hear the crowd giving him that extra boost of adrenaline to get back up. Shots to the breadbasket, and now look at this Irish whip reversed by Jeremy Yeager. Oh, running into a big drop kick.
That is the best drop kick in EWF.
And that may be enough, and we may see. Oh, I was going to say this match may be over, and then he can finally move on to Icarus Eagle.
He's going against Icarus Eagle next. It's beautiful. That is a pure cruiserweight competitor.
Well, what rank is Icarus Eagle? Like, this is a 4th rank wrestler.
At least a 3rd or a 2nd. He's got to be. Have you seen Icarus Eagle work lately?
No. Not in a while. As you can see, a 2 count. Jeremy Yeager with a very nonchalant cover on El Vigilante, Larry.
Well, whether you're dealing with a 4th rank cruiserweight champion or a 12th rank or any rank competitor, you can't take a cover like that lightly. You gotta go for the kill. Ooh.
Top Shelf Jeremy Yeager is not a 4th rank, a 3rd rank, a 2nd rank. He is A-list material. Let me tell you that right now. Vigilante has nothing on him because he's ranked. We are not ranked. We are on the A-list.
Well, very A-list with that suplex and then rolling over into that cover. Still only getting a 2 count, hooking the outside leg. You know, Larry, we've seen Jeremy Yeager mature into a great wrestler. From being the co-rookie of the year to the most improved to the Cruiserweight champion. But at times, you see those little mistakes still when he loses his temper and gets frustrated, right, Larry?
Oh, that is definitely true. We may just see it right here. Sunset flip coming up. No, he kept his cool and dropped a vicious knee right across the face.
That's
that
it.
may be doing it here.
There was a 3 count. Larry Pena, I'm not even looking. Just tell me it was a 3 count.
I would like to tell you, but it wasn't. It was a 2.
Who's refereeing?
Chris Lee.
Chris Lee, the referee.
He's the referee.
Chris Lee. That man is blind still.
I saw it. Didn't you see it too, Lalo?
I saw only a 2 count. Christopher Lee, perfect positioning, as are all the EWF referees here.
Let me tell you something.
What they're doing.
Let me tell you something. Jeremy Yeager, he's so good. He can take time and tell these fans how ugly and despicable they really are.
Well, I don't know that they want to do that. We've seen El Vigilante very impressive here as of late.
Oh my goodness!
Flying knee out of the middle.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, and nails him with an axe handle right across the midsection.
What is going on?
Well, look at this Irish whip part in the corner.
Well, he was trying to go for that earlier.
No!
Nailed him with the knee in the corner. May have knocked him out right here. Sets him up. No, wait a minute. Yeager reversing it. Oh! Nailed him right across the face.
That was... Exactly.
Beautiful facebuster variation on the part of Jeremy Yeager. Now, come on, though. That cover's not going to pin anybody, including Icarus.
It did. You know what? That was a 3 count, wasn't it, Larry?
Well, I thought it was a 3, but it was 2.
Again?
It was again.
Are you as blind as the referee?
No, I'm not as blind as a referee.
Shut up.
Wait a minute, look at this Vigilante now. Landing on his feet, Jaeger with a knee into the back. Has him hooked. DDT.
It's over. It's done.
He may be trying to cash out his winnings right now. And moving on to Icarus Eagle. There's the cover, and we get a 2 count. Again. That was a 2. Again.
I'm tired of this. Lalo Gonzalez, shut your fat face.
Just saying.
Grow your beard and mustache back. You know what you look like right now?
What's that?
You look fat. That's it. Extra fat. This is it right here.
And here comes the jackpot.
No, wait a second. Vigilante rolling out of it.
What the?
Wait a second.
What is that? What move was that?
That move looked very familiar.
What is that?
Frog splash by
What is that?
1, 2, 3.
No!
Cruiserweight champion.
Lalo Gonzalez, where are you going? Lalo!
Vigilante just defeated.
What?
And the new EWF Cruiserweight Champion, El Vigilante!
Wait a minute, what's Vigilante doing?
There's no way! He did a frog splash! Vigilante doesn't do a frog splash!
No, he doesn't do a frog splash. He doesn't do it. Yeah, he did that one move, that setup move, the frog splash. That move looked very similar to a CTS. Wait a minute, Jaeger's coming back in when he's got the microphone.
That's right, Jeremy Yeager needs to take back what's his. What's ours?
What do you mean what's his? He lost fair and square in the center.
There's no way. The referee counted too fast. But no, he counts slow for us, but fast for him. What's going on?
That's what you're talking about. I saw play this. It was a 3 count. We have a new Cruiserweight champion.
They say that there's no honor among thieves, but... Be quiet! Alright, you know what? You pull out the upset. You beat me. So you know what? Put it there.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Yes, that's right. Oh,
Wait a minute.
Wait.
He has the mask.
Oh my God! No! 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 That is Chris Cadillac!
Chris Cadillac was under the mat. Chris Cadillac Chris Cadillac is a Cruiserweight champion.
Chris Cadillac finally did it. He found a loophole. I saw him earlier. I tried to talk to him earlier, and we saw Vigilante walk by, and I guess may have had a little talk with him.
Hold on, I gotta talk to Jesse and see what's up.
Chris Cadillac has pulled off the upset. He finally did it here at the 13th anniversary extravaganza. Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining me here, making his return to the EWF after a 5-year absence, please welcome back on the 13th anniversary extravaganza, former EWF Tag Team Champion and former EWF American Champion, Under Pressure.
That's right, sucker. That's right, sucker. What else you got to say to me, punk?
Well, I have to ask you, after being gone for so long, how does it feel to finally be back?
Let me tell you something. What's your name?
My name is Larry.
Larry. Let me tell you something, Larry. I was kicking back in my palatial palace of pressure and pain in Hollywood. The only way I know how to do it, baby. And my phone rang. And it was my main dog, Cincinnati Red. On my right, I had a main squeeze with some deep green eyes. On my left, I had one with the like a plow, if you know what I'm saying. They said, "Pressure, baby. Why pro wrestling?" And I said, "Well, baby, it's easy. There's 3 reasons why. Number 1, I'm too jealous to work. Can't see Pressure doing a 9 to 5. Number 2, I'm too jealous to pimp. And number 3, I'm too nervous to steal." Can you imagine what they would try to do to something as beautiful and tempting and sexual as this in prison? So I told my main dog, C Red, "Baby, where do you need me?" He said, "I need you back in the EWF to put the pressure on all them little punks that are out there. And I got some chump out there singing happy birthday. I'll be back. I got to handle some business."
Well, this wouldn't be a 13th anniversary extravaganza if we didn't have a match featuring the return of 2 EWF originals. As we have the returning former EWF Tag Team Champion and EWF American Champion under pressure in the ring after 5 years of competing for the Empire Wrestling Federation. He is back, and he is going up against Tough Tony Reyes, one of the originals out of the School of Hard Knocks.
That's right, a homecoming match, as it were. What? I'm not a sheep. What's he talking about?
I don't think he was talking about you.
Okay. Wait.
I think he was talking about. Tony for some odd reason.
Well, like I said, a homecoming match, as it were, here, Larry. You got, like you said, Under Pressure hasn't been here for 5 years, and of course, Tough Tony Reyes just had to move to Missouri and picked up over there, doing very well for himself wrestling out there.
That is correct. He's been wrestling for virtually every territory out in the Missouri area. As I understand it, he's had a lot of big, high-profile matches featuring some competitors, the likes of Trevor Murdoch, Lance Cade, as well as a host of others.
That's very true, and you know, he was here in the EWF, and he needed just that one extra little thing. Unfortunately, like I said, I think he was ready to break through that glass ceiling, had to move out to Missouri, and you know what? He made that move out there at just the right time because he is starting to generate some buzz out there, and this is going to be a great matchup. I mean, all of the people that have been watching EWF for the 13 years it's been around, this is going to be a treat for them, Larry.
Oh, it's a treat for anyone here on the 13th anniversary extravaganza. As we see Tony trying to throw him. No! Nailed him with that hip toss. Takes him down with the arm drag. Under pressure now. Look at his speed. Take it over the top rope and onto the floor. Level him with that clothesline.
Well, Tough Tony Reyes living up to his name, proving that he's tough. Throwing up the horns right now. The native Texan, of course. Took him, horns, hook him.
And under pressure, I think he may be out. He's taking an awful long time to get back up onto his feet.
Well, that's very true. I mean, that's a big man. I mean, Under Pressure says 222, but come on. I also say that I don't want seconds sometimes. It's not always the true fact, Larry.
Well, I would have made some comments, but I said to myself, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice to Lalo.
It's the anniversary. It's okay.
Got to be on our good behavior.
Yes, we do. We have to watch ourselves today. Everybody's watching this. Everybody's watching Under Pressure, and Tony Reyes beat the crap out of each other right there at ringside. Tony Reyes is going to bring him in the hard way, though, rolling him back inside. Now making his way back in.
Oh! Under pressure with a dirty trick, kicking the middle rope as Tony was coming in, and that was the one opening he was looking for.
That's it, and now all the momentum that was built up by Tony Reyes is done, and now look at this, Under Pressure finding his opportunity, and is going to capitalize on it. Look at that big elbow right across the back of the neck of Tough Tony Reyes. Tony Reyes, of course, in the corner now. Oh, big left, big right, big uppercuts right to the gut. Oh, and come on up, poke to the eyes.
Well, again, you got to do what you can to knock down your opponent. Got to do what you can to disorientate him. Tony is disorientated, that's for sure. Look, he's taking swings at it. Look at that. He was going to hit Justin Borden. He was going to swing at anything that moved that was right in front of him. And Under Pressure now, still in control. Look at this, just choking him, using the ropes again. Come on.
Well, Under Pressure, of course, not known to follow all the rules at all the times, Larry. Tony Reyes, of course, one of the quote-unquote good old boys from the South, prides himself on being an honorable competitor. I think he's now finally getting his bearings back and walked right into that boot in the stomach by Under Pressure.
Well, he's got to watch out for this crafty individual, and Under Pressure. Under Pressure's been around for a long, long time. And wait a minute, look at this. Has him in that chinlock in the center of the ring. Tony Reyes breaking through, going into his third year of wrestling now.
Under Pressure,
come on now, Tony.
Telling everybody where he's from, apparently, from the West Side.
You know,
where's that at?
He's a very intimidating individual.
Intimidating? I gave him a lot of room when he went in that middle, went in the ring. But look at this. This packed house is right behind Tony Reyes, giving him that support. Now Tony Reyes throwing the horns back up, feeling that adrenaline, Larry, and I think he's going to make his comeback. Yes, look at this. Back up to one knee.
Nails him with an elbow into the midsection and another one to follow up. Look at this, trying to break him off now. Sends him into the rope. It's reversed by Under Pressure. Look at this, picks him up. Big fall away slam, almost like a sky-high power bomb. 1, 2. No, could not put him away there.
Tony Reyes trying to mount a small comeback there and had himself up to that vertical base. but the power of under pressure, come on, Larry. That is some strength that I didn't really know that under pressure had.
Tony Reyes is, I believe, tipping the scales at 275, almost 300 pounds. And for under pressure to muscle him up and drop him down in that sky-high powerbomb, I mean, that's phenomenal.
That it is, and now look at this, has a head and holler tie-up. Putting him back into the corner is Tony Reyes, a nice knee right to the ribs. And now look at this, going for a break is Justin Borden. Now wait, Irish whip into the corner hard.
Tony charging in after him, nails him with an avalanche splash, and he's following up with a bulldog out of the corner.
Well, both men down on the ground, and now is the time. You got to believe the next man to make his move, Larry, is going to be the victor here. It's one big move, and that's it. 3 seconds away from a victory, either one of these men.
Well, that's right. Right now they're at a stalemate, but you're right. Only one high-impact move, you got to believe, is all that's going to be needed to put this match away. Will it be Tony Reyes? Will it be under pressure? Both men slowly struggling to get back up onto their feet. Oh, no, wait a minute, look at this. They're both up at the same time, but under pressure right there to meet Tony. And Tony managing to oblige with those right hands. Look at this, back and forth, back and forth. Tony Reyes now getting the upper hand with the fisticuffs.
Well, right now, Tony Reyes with a nice Irish whip off the ropes is under pressure. Oh!
Dropped him down in that sidewalk slam. Hooks the leg, will this be it? No! Under pressure right there in the ropes.
Well, the crafty veteran, knowing where he's at all times, just put his hand out, reach for the ropes, and he did the smart thing there. You know, a lot of people think it's a dirty move, but in all actuality, it's smart. He saved a lot of energy from having to kick out from underneath a big 270-pound man, Larry.
Oh, that is definitely true. Oh, now wait a minute. Tony Reyes now gonna finish him off here. Can we see the Falcon Arrow? He's setting up for it, but under pressure, fighting him off.
Well, we've seen Tony Reyes put a lot of people away with that. Wait a second, though.
Oh! Nails him with that stunner. Hooks the leg. Will this be it? Yes, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, Under Pressure.
Under pressure, putting on the brakes, stopping all the momentum for tough Tony Reyes, putting him out right into the center of that ring.
Well, like I said, Larry, a lot of the EWF fans that have been here since year 1 and the new ones we're just getting here at year 13 have to be impressed with these longtime EWF superstars, Larry. Great match here at the 13th anniversary show.
Well, the A-lists are going to try to redeem themselves here tonight at the 13th anniversary extravaganza. As the overnight celebrity, Roger Reese, is going to try to get a victory over this monster and former EWF Tag Team Champion, Extreme Loco. But I don't like his chances.
Did you see what he did? He took my tip.
Well, I got a feeling that now that he's not going to be getting those paychecks, those championship paychecks, he may need every chip he can get.
But you can't just give someone a tip and take it back.
Well, apparently Top Shelf Jeremy Yeager can, and he just did. That's the kind of guy he is, I guess.
Well, be that as it may, yeah, Yeager is obviously still fuming, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with at ringside. Going to have to keep an eye on him in this match, as it's Roger Reese, the overnight celebrity, going up against Extreme Loco. And Extreme Loco, a fan favorite here. Of course, we remember that Extreme Loco and Black Metal were once Loyola Del Mal, former EWF Tag Team Champions. Of course, that union is definitely over now.
And those two have been feuding over the EWF Heavyweight Championship for quite some time, since Black Metal was the champion.
Well, that's very true, and look at this, Extreme Loco, the bigger man here in the match. Roger Reese giving up about 40 pounds, and you see that strength advantage right there.
Oh!
Almost folding Roger Reese in half with that clothesline is Extreme Loco. Now picking him up with ease. Big scoop slam. Wow, that was in stereo.
Oh, big elbow, and you gotta believe that Roger Reese was feeling that in stereo. Followed up with a vicious leg drop. There's another cover by, there's a 2 count by Extreme Loco. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Roger Reese is a very up-and-coming competitor here in EWF, but as I said before, I don't really like his chances here against Extreme Loco. He's giving up too much size. He's giving up too much experience. Oh, but now look at this. Takes him down with a tornado DDT off the top rope.
Well, he's also aligned himself recently with Black Metal along with his partner in the A-list, Jeremy Yeager. Again, I take pleasure in saying that former Cruiserweight champion.
I know you do.
I very much do.
Maybe that's the reason why he took that chip.
I don't know. I'm usually nice to him.
I was going to say why, but we won't go over there. Oh, that makes sense.
Exactly. But right now, Roger Reese about to get paid in full, getting tossed right out of the ring by Extreme Loco.
He was trying to throw him in the ropes with an Irish whip, but Extreme Loco, again, there's that power that I was talking about. And Roger Reese into the consoling arms of Jeremy Yeager out at ringside. But look at this. Look at the way he's stalking Extreme Loco, and he catches him.
Hanging him up with that nice guillotine choke on the ropes. Now Roger Reese coming back in. Oh, now he's got all the confidence in the world. Wait a second. He's trying to take the mask off.
Well, we saw demasking earlier with El Vigilante, and it looks like Roger Reese wanted to make it a double.
Something tells me that Extreme Loco is not Chris Cadillac under that mask, though.
I think I'm going to agree on that. I'll agree with you.
Good. Well, Extreme Loco meeting the big boot. Oh, Roger Reese getting caught in midair, though. Now look at this.
Can we see the X5 coming up here? There it is. That's going to be it for Roger Reese. 1, 2, and 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, Extreme Loco!
Oh my God! Black Metal's in the ring, and he's got that wrench the size of Liger Rivera in his hands. Oh! Holy crap! Did you hear that shot? He just nailed Extreme Loco with that wrench.
I think he might have killed him. Wait a second.
He just ripped the mask of Extreme Loco right off. We're going to see that man later on tonight. He's going to be going up against Chris Masters in our main event. And I can't believe he just did this. Right in front of this capacity crowd here at the Knights of Columbus Hall.
I'm in shock. We actually got to see Loco for the first time. Wait a second!
Here comes Chris Masters. And look at this Black Metal and the A-list. They're halfway out of the Knights of Columbus Hall already.
Well, later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Larry Pena, everybody here is going to see Chris Masters go one-on-one with Black Metal in the main event. But the story here now is Extreme Loco. He's got his mask taken off.
I don't think he even realized what just happened. He was just knocked out with that wrench that I said before was the size of Liger Rivera.
But let's not worry about that. I mean, we know the mask is sacred in Lucha Libre. Wait a second, and the mask is gone.
Extreme Loco just realized it now that the mask is gone and is getting out of here as fast as he can.
Ladies, gentlemen, EWFers nationwide, welcome to the 13th anniversary extravaganza, the premier show of the premier company in all the land. And the funny thing is that the premier performers here in EWF, Mondo Vega, Ryan Taylor, we're both wrestling women tonight. Yeah, how did that even happen?
Bro, it's like this, man. Jesse Hernandez, you know, he sees the competition in EWF, and then he sees the KOS. And he sees that we're bypassing everybody in sight, you know. We're bypassing Brendan Gatson, we're bypassing Scorpio Sky, we bypass the Young Bucks. You know why? That's how good we are, bro. Nobody in EWF is comparing to the KOS, so he doesn't even try to give us his top guys. He tries to give us, you know, just chicks to wrestle. That's what it is.
Chicks, man. You're speaking of chicks, No Cal Chloe. You finally get your wish, because for months on end, you've wanted to get your hands on me. And, well, kind of want to get my hands on her, too. And don't let Riles hear that. But I'm not even looking at this as a match anymore. This is more like a date. It's because it's going to end the same way most of Mondo Vega's dates do, with a girl lying unconscious on the floor, waking up and wondering what happened and what did he do to me. I'll see you out there, Chloe.
Oh! Mondo Vega not even getting Lalo Gonzalez a chance for ring introductions, attacking Snow Cow Chloe from behind. Look at this now. Chloe, for her head scissors takedown. She just took down Mondo Vega. And again, this time with a hip toss. Look at this big hip toss one more time. Follows it up with a dropkick. Look at this. Mondo Vega is in trouble here. And Chris Massey's trying to hold SoCal Chloe at bay. Come on. Let her go. Let Mondo Vega get what he deserves after attacking SoCal Chloe. Look at this. Nailed him in the midsection. And he just went face first into the ring apron. Lalo, did you have a chance to catch your breath?
Yeah, I had to tuck my shirt in, get back pretty and everything like that. This is not going to be a pretty match, though. SoCal Chloe is furious.
Oh, just slamming him, just dropping him down face first, bringing him back into the ring the hard way.
Mondo Vega, of course, disrespecting SoCal Chloe on many separate occasions here in the EWF. Finally getting tired of it, demanding this intergender, or getting this intergender match, excuse me.
Oh, look at that big flapjack from nowhere by Mondo Vega.
I know she voiced her concerns with Jessie Hernandez. Jessie Hernandez heard those concerns and then went and told Mondo Vega in front of this crowd, you know what, you're going to get a match at the anniversary. You're going to get it against SoCal Chloe. And of course, in the spirit of Andy Kaufman, who Mondo Vega says is watching from hell, he's going to bring that intergender title home.
No, he's not watching. I mean, he's not watching from home. He's really probably watching in the crowd under some other name, under some other disguise.
Well, where's Jerry Lawler when you need him?
He's probably on tour. Oh, but that was a big suplex from Mondo Vega. Now there's a hook of the leg, and we get a 2 count. I really believe that Andy Kaufman is still alive, but that's just me.
Do you think Elvis is alive too?
I thought I saw him one time in Vegas.
There's a lot of them in Vegas.
Out on the street, taking pictures.
Look at Mondo Vega now with a big chin lock, and look at his knee right in the swall of the back of SoCal Chloe. Didn't even get a chance to announce her. Mondo Vega jumping her from behind before I got to announce either one of them. And of course, Aiden Riley there at ringside. There's the hook of the leg.
Oh no, wait a minute. Did you just see that?
I sure did.
Did you see that? He tried to cop a feel.
I sure did. It's disgusting. We all know that's the only way Mondo Vega's ever going to get a woman, but come on. Not in the wrestling ring. This is sacred ground for a lot of us.
Look at this scoop slam. Right in the center of the ring, now going for the cover. Trying to get the pin here. Can't put her away.
Wait a second now, look at this. His knee right in her chest, and it looks like he's choking her out.
Come on.
And of course, Aiden Riley, they're directing traffic from ringside, happy as a clam, because she knows that every last woman here is competition for her. Mondo Vega says the only woman that matters. Well, you know what? SoCal Chloe's making a case that she matters a whole lot more.
Oh, she tried to find a way out of the corner with a low kick, and now she's trying to fight her way out of that corner, but Mondo Vega fighting her back into it. Oh, come on.
Did you hear what he said? He said this is a man's world, and then slapped her across the face.
Oh, did you hear that shot from SoCal Chloe? Look at that.
He punched her right in the gut, and now look at her. Forearm after forearm right across the jaw. And now look at this, a big boot right to the stomach.
I think that Mondo Vega is being proven here that SoCal Chloe believes in equal rights. This isn't just a man's world. The wrestling ring is not just a man's world.
Well, 10 punches right to the jaw proved to Mondo Vega that she can hold her own. Look at this, though, reverse Irish whip. Chloe going into the corner, getting caught up. Wait a second, though.
Look at that. Head scissors worked once, but it could not work again here. Fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, well, shame on me, said Mondo Vega.
Old President Bush said, can't fool me again, though.
Oh.
Yeah, we all know about him.
Yeah.
Be that as it may, we're trying not to get too political here. But Mondo Vega fighting right now for to put women's rights and women's lib all the way back to the early 50s, Larry, saying that a woman has no place in the wrestling ring. I gotta wonder what Aiden Riley thinks about that.
Oh, I think that for her, all that matters is that Mondo Vega takes out SoCal Chloe. There's a cover after that vicious backdrop suplex, but again, Mondo Vega can't put her away.
Referee Chris Massey, right on top of things, perfect positioning, said it's only a 2 count. And now look at this, picking her up by the hair. Come on now.
Double underhook here. Here we see a butterfly suplex.
Yeah, you got to give it to Mondo Vega. He's been getting a lot better. I mean, I was there at the St. Anthony show, Larry. I see a hook of the outside leg, only a 2 count though. Rolled her up a little too much there. I was there at the St. Anthony show. He actually earned a shot for the heavyweight championship and took it to Brandon Gatson pretty well. Mondo Vega definitely improving his wrestling skills.
Well, there's no denying how much improvement Mondo Vega has had over the course of the last couple of years. But I mean, the antics that he has had as of late, since forming the KOS, I mean, a lot of them are uncalled for, including the antics that he's been proceeding through in this matchup. They're uncalled for. And vicious knee by SoCal Chloe.
A knee right to the temple of Mondo Vega sends him reeling, and now look at this. Irish whip off the ropes, no, reversed by Mondo Vega. Chloe, though, big shoulder block, taking him down.
Coming off the ropes again, big flying shoulder tackle one more time. Could 3 be the charm here? No, she ducks the clothesline, but takes him down with a clothesline of his own, driving all over weight into it. And now look at this, just pounding the back of his head into the mat. Will this be enough to put him away? Oh, no, it won't.
Well, now look at this, though. Chloe right back on top of him, slamming his head into the ground.
And again, trying to pin him, but it was just not enough. I gotta say that everything that Mondo Vega is taking from this matchup, he definitely deserves it.
Well, now look at this, SoCal Chloe.
Thought she was gonna go for a TKO, but now look at this, Mondo Vega takes her down with a vicious neck breaker. Mondo's taking too much time away from SoCal Chloe. Oh no, come on, look at this, picking her up by the hair. Going for the neck breaker one more time. Oh, and it connects for a second time. Now will this be it after 2 neck breakers? Oh, now come on.
This could have been over a long time ago.
Did you see that?
Mondo Vega is just being ridiculous now.
Look at this, a 3rd neck breaker. After 3 neck breakers. I gotta believe that may be enough to put away SoCal Chloe.
Come on now, this is just adding insult to injury.
Wait a minute, what's Aiden Riley doing coming up over here?
I don't know, what is she doing?
Aiden Riley just took the microphone from Lalo Gonzalez's hands. Meanwhile, Mondo Vega is just laying the beat down on a SoCal Chloe. What the heck?
All right, Chloe, enough with the foreplay. It's time to put this thing to bed. But, because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to take you to heaven before I send you to hell.
What the heck did he just mean by that?
I don't know.
Take her to heaven? What?
Well, look at this, Mondo Vega delivering a series of neck breakers. Oh, come on!
Now, is that really necessary?
Wait a second, he just kissed her and what's this?
Well, Aiden Riley just threw a water bottle. I think she may have gotten jealous.
Well, she's yelling, don't kiss her. What's wrong with you? What is going on here?
Well, she wanted him to put her away.
It looks like he was trying to put her to bed.
Well, Mondo Vega, his voice is feeling to SoCal Chloe.
Oh my goodness, a low blow by Chloe. And now look at this, picking him up on the shoulders.
There it is, the TKO. SoCal Chloe is gonna be Mondo Vega in the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, SoCal Chloe.
And you not only saw SoCal Chloe win the match, but look at Aiden Riley. She didn't even bother to help.
Aiden Riley is actually allowing SoCal Chloe to beat up Mondo Vega after the fact.
Look at Aiden Riley saying that's what you get. Aiden Riley could have broke that up and Mondo Vega could have won, but look at this. Aiden Riley saying no. You wanted to kiss someone else, guess what? You're on your own, pal.
That's what I had said. Anything that happened in this matchup, any outcome, Mondo Vega definitely got what he deserved here in this matchup. SoCal Chloe finally puts Mondo Vega in his place.
Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, EWF Tag Team Champions. We just got back from Japan touring with Dragon Gate. Tell him, Matt.
You know, we're feeling a little bit jet lagged, and I think I'm finding myself in a McDonald's coma after eating there about 47 times in 23 days. But you know what? We are the EWF Tag Team Champions, and we have come to Covina to defend these belts against Brandon Gatson and Scorpio Sky. You see, some people say, oh, you know, the only thing weird about having a title is your bag's a little bit heavier. And so, you know what? No, we don't buy that. We are fighting champions.
Lift the belt.
You're going to lift the belt and get a little bit of a pump because we didn't get to work out in Japan either that much. You're looking good, Nick.
Thank you.
Looking great.
Thank you.
But you know what? Scorpio Sky, Brandon Gatson might be a little bit worn out. Might have wrestled a lot. But we're ready tonight at the EWF 13th anniversary extravaganza.
13.
Isn't that right, Nick?
That is right.
That's not our age. It's not our age. It's the EWF
I'm
age.
close to it.
He's a little close to that. So we're going to give these fans more bang for their buck.
Yeah.
Woo! Cheesy high five, baby.
High five.
Boom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks have finally made the return to the Knights of Columbus Hall after taking a long stint in Japan touring for the Dragon's Gate promotion. Here tonight, they are defending the EWF Tag Team Championship against former EWF Heavyweight Champion Scorpio Sky and the reigning EWF Heavyweight Champion Brandon Gatson. And I gotta say, even though Scorpio Sky and Brandon Gatson, they're not quite accustomed to the tag team scene as of recent, as a tag team together, they have a huge advantage over the Young Bucks. I had a chance to talk to the Young Bucks before we started, and I understand is that they're still suffering side effects of jet lag. They've only been back for about a week now, and it usually takes about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks for someone to recover from a long travel like that. I mean, they've been on a flight for almost 16, 17 hours coming back here.
Also like a day ahead of us too. So isn't it like tomorrow over there?
Something like that,
Or
yes.
the other week, or like February 30th or something. It's like a time warp. It's like the Twilight Zone over there.
They went back in time.
Yes.
They went to the future and then they came back from the future, and they're here tonight at the Knights of Columbus Hall 13-year anniversary extravaganza show.
Well, wait a second. You see them now extending their hands. And a little bit of sportsmanship, a little bit of friendly rivalry here. I mean, neither one of these men wanting to hurt the other, but for the all-important EWF Tag Team titles, these men are going to do whatever it takes to win. Of course, the Young Bucks virtually ending Famous and Fearless and winning those tag team titles from them and have a big target on their back.
Oh, that is right. That's how they brought in the new year. That was at breaking in the new year of 2009. Our first show back into 2009.
Wait a second. Some nice wrestling ability shown by Brandon Gatson and Matt Jackson.
Well, they're going to go through a filling out process here. Neither one of these two, they want to make a mistake. They want to force their opponent to make a mistake. So right now, they're going to test their limits here, if you will.
Well, you know, a lot of people were looking at the card tonight and they were thinking, oh, look, Black Metal and Chris Masters is going to be, you know, of course, the main event. You have the American title, you have the Battle Royal. But, yeah, everybody also is looking at this match with great anticipation. You're talking about the Young Bucks, one of the best tag teams in the world today. Brandon Gatson, a perennial contender for any title that he wants, except the Cruiserweight title. It's about a pound over, I heard on that.
Or maybe a little bit heavier.
Maybe. And Scorpio Sky, of course, former EWF Heavyweight Champion, the King of SoCal, also former AWS Heavyweight Champion himself, multiple-time Tag Team Champion. Of course, Brandon Gatson, the Tag Team Champion as well.
Well, that is true. I mean, we can make a longer list of all the championships Scorpio Sky has held, Brandon Gatson has held, the Young Bucks have held, and that is why they're here tonight. That is why this match is brought together, so that we can see a great match.
Exactly. You know, Jesse Hernandez never wanted to disappoint the fans. He knows the fans love Sky, they love Brandon, they love the Young Bucks. Pull them all together, and guess what you got? An amazing match. Definitely set to entertain.
Look at this, a nice double leg takedown by Sky. Right now trying to ground Slick Nick, but Nick quickly gets back up onto his feet. Big shoulder block knockdown.
And now look at this, drop down by Nick Jackson. Up and over with a big leapfrog. Sky waiting for him. Boot right to the stomach. And now look at this, reverse Irish whip into the corner. Floating over is Scorpio Sky. Nick Jackson up to the top. Went for a moonsault.
Now Scorpio Sky with a flying cross body. But look at this, roll right off of him. There's a cover. And now wait a minute, a single leg. Nick missed a single leg. Both men went for the same drop kick at the same time. Look at this, we have a stalemate.
Larry, you can't do anything but applaud, and that's exactly what these people are doing. They are seeing an amazing wrestling match. You know, everybody talks about the Young Bucks trying to get to Scorpio Sky. Yeah, amazing high flyers, but look, this is great technical wrestling, great catch-as-catch-can wrestling, Larry.
Oh, now look at this big shoulder block knockdown. This time it was Slick Nick who knocks down Sky.
Referee Chris Massey now going for that cover, only getting a 1 count though. Look at that.
Floats over him right off the back, slides underneath Sky. Sky now slides underneath him. Slick Nick going right after, outside of the ring now. Wait a minute. Slides out. Matt now catching him. Belly to belly suplex. Now there's a cover. Wait a minute. Matt coming out. And we have a 2 by Nick.
That's uncharacteristic, I'd say.
Oh, they left a wide opening. I gotta believe that's probably a new move that they came out of nowhere while they were over in Japan. I've never seen that type of double team move before from the Young Bucks. Well, if you think about it, it was a great strategy.
That was a great strategy. I mean, what are you gonna do to hold on those tag team titles? I'll tell you what, you're gonna do anything you have to do. You know me, Larry. I don't condone cheating too much, but you know what? Those are prestigious championships, and no one wants to lose them.
And everyone wants to gain them.
Exactly.
It's very rare that people want to gain 15 pounds around their waist, but when it's for the tag team championships, then all bets are off. They're going to want to gain those 15 pounds. Oh! Vicious kick by Matt.
Only getting a 2 count. Scorpio Sky probably lost a couple teeth, so what is that, like an ounce or 2? He probably lost?
No, maybe, not quite.
All right.
Not quite an ounce.
Well, a tag by Mr. Instant Replay, Matt Jackson and brother Nick. Look at this, Nick coming off. Big double axe handle right across that elbow joint. I wouldn't be surprised if there might be a fracture or maybe a break in that elbow, even though there's padding. And look at this, continuing to work it over. Great strategy. You got to wonder if he's going to be able to hit that ace of spades later on, Larry.
Well, that is true. If he can't pick you up, if he can't hold on to you properly, he won't be able to nail the ace of spades.
Look at that beautiful hammerlock applied. He's got it locked in with his arm and his leg in the other arm. Almost a bow and arrow type hammerlock, Larry. Very great variation of that. Look at this though. Sky able to try to get up out of the bow and arrow. He's still holding onto that hammerlock. His Nick.
Look at this. Tried to take him down with a snapmare. Thought he had an escape, but Slick Nick still holding on to that hammerlock for dear life. Now Sky was reaching for the ropes.
Looked like he had it for a minute.
Nick reached for the tag, and in comes Matt with a great senton.
Well, Scorpio Sky almost had the ropes beat it for a minute. That big send up by Matt. Now look at this cover.
And we get a 2 count. You know, I admit, I had said before that I thought Sky and Brandon Gatson had the advantage because I thought the Young Bucks were still feeling the effects of jet lag, but they're proving me wrong here. Look at this, the double hip toss, follows it up with that double drop kick. That's a classic Young Buck trademark.
Well, there's the cover, hook of the leg. And only a 2 count is Nick Jackson. An unorthodox cover. I don't think you can pin Sky laying down backwards.
Not too very many people will attempt to do that. Now wait a minute, Sky now being held on. Look at this. Went for the moonsault, but Scorpio Sky rolled out of the way. Tags in Brandon Gatson.
Well, let's not forget that Brandon Gatson and Scorpio Sky formed a team before the Inland Title Series back in 08, Larry. Or excuse me, 07.
Look at this big scoop here. And a sit-out slam by Brandon Gatson, the reigning heavyweight champion. Goes for the cover. And he was going to put another gold around his waist. Put another belt there. Look at this, follows it up with the leg drop. Will this be it? No, Matt still kicks out before the 3.
I mean, Larry, I don't know if you remember, last year's anniversary show was highlighted by this amazing match between Brandon Gatson and Scorpio Sky.
2 out of 3 falls for the heavyweight championship.
It was much hype, a lot of pomp and circumstance. You gotta wonder if that's in the back of their minds. I mean, those guys tore each other apart. It went the full 3 falls. Both men barely able to stand after the match, and now they're tagging together.
Well, here we are. It's a year later, 2009. It's a brand new year. Both these men have a new set of focus in life, a new focus here in the EWF, and right now it's for those tag team championships. Look at this vicious backbreaker by Scorpio Sky. 2 of them, as well as a 2 on that cover. Look at this now, wrenching in on that chinlock now. Scorpio Sky, you got to believe, is still feeling the effects from that double team from earlier.
Well, Matt Jackson feeling the effects of the crowd, that boost of adrenaline. But look at that, Scorpio Sky neutralizing a big knee in the stomach. Now Irish whip up, big back elbow. Now this rolling him over for the cover. Hook of the leg. Only getting a 2 count though.
I'm not sure if our cameraman caught this, but Slick Nick was reaching out and he was getting pretty close to going back into the ring to break up that cover. And now Scorpio Sky holding on to that arm bar on the Matt Jackson, reaches out the tag to the former EWF Tag Team Champion and the reigning heavyweight champion, Brandon Gatson. Look at this, sending him in now. Here comes a big back body drop.
Look at this, Matt Jackson feeling that, and now a big double elbow now. Hook of the leg, the outside leg. Nick Jackson coming in to break up the cover though. Brandon Gatson, of course, holding those tag team titles with Johnny Dynamite as part of TNT. Lost the titles in a tables match to Aggravated Assault.
That was a vicious matchup those two teams had. It almost ended the wrestling career of Johnny Dynamite here in the EWF.
That's right, and we all know Johnny Dynamite, a decorated war hero. I know he wanted to be here tonight, unable to make it though. Keep an eye on his former tag team partner, Brandon Gatson. But Gatson looking like he's doing things well on his own right now. Only getting a 2 count there though, Larry. About half a second from new tag team champions.
Well, he nailed him with that vicious clothesline in the corner, and now making the tag over to Scorpio Sky as he winds up for him and nailed him in the midsection with that vicious boot. Now, granted, it has been quite a while that we've seen Scorpio Sky in tag team competition, but don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that he got his start in wrestling as a tag team wrestler, former one half of the tag team known as the Aerial Express, with Quicksilver as his tag team partner. Oh, nailed him with a vicious clothesline, sitting down style, and we get a 2 count.
Well, now look at this, applying a nice chin lock again. And look at the way he's wrenching it in. He's using all of his weight. He's bridging up on his feet and cranking back, Larry.
Has him in that headlock variation, trying to see if he can put him to sleep with it. Matt Jackson, though, getting back up onto his feet, wanting to retain the tag team championship. Comes charging off the ropes. Wait a minute, can we see the worst case scenario coming up here? Yes, it is! Worst case scenario connects.
But Matt Jackson cannot roll over and make that tag. Right now, both men on the floor. Both men laying down on the mat. And you see Matt Jackson now trying to crawl and stretch his way over to Nick Jackson. Scorpio Sky is still clearing the cobwebs though. Now finally rolling over on her stomach. But look at that, he's reaching for the wrong corner. Now has his bearings, getting his way over, and both men tag.
Brandon Gatson coming in, but Slick Nick knocks him down. Drop kick, Scorpio Sky off the apron. Brandon Gatson catching him from behind now. Sends him into the ropes, no traverse. Vicious spinning back elbow by Slick Nick. Follows it up with a springboard into the arm drag. That almost knocks down Chris Massey.
Well, Chris Massey running out of the way, of course, and look at that. Oh, big drop kick right into the jaw of Brandon Gatson.
Slick Nick is on fire here. But wait a minute, Scorpio Sky catching him in mid-flight. Could we see the ace of spades? No, we don't. Oh,
he folded him in half with that big spear, Larry.
Nick Jackson now with Gatson. Gatson reversing him into the ropes. A blind tag was made. Matt's the legal man now. Back elbow. Enziguri. Wait a minute. Here comes a double underhook here. Tiger bomb. There's a cover. Oh,
ever so close. The Young Bucks about a half-inch, Larry, from retaining those EWF Tag Team Champions. But it looks like we might just get a little more bang for our buck right now.
Has him up on his shoulders, but Scorpio Sky just took care of Slick Nick, knocking him off the top rope. Matt floats over for the cover. Reversal, 1, 2. Oh, a 2 count. Gatson now, catching him. Backbreaker. Oh no, wait a minute, whoa! That Ferris wheel face plant by Brandon Gatson. There's a cover. Only a 2 count.
Oh my goodness, Larry. Almost ever so close to new tag team champions. And now look at this, a tag into Scorpio Sky.
Sends him, wait a minute, sends him into the corner. Sky nails him with a clothesline coming in. Brandon Gatson out, meets him into the center now. Hooks him, suplex, drops him right on his head, almost like a fireman's carry. Slam, springboard into the leg drop by Scorpio Sky. There's a cover again, and this is, we almost had new tag team champions right there.
Chris Massey turning right around, telling us it was only 2. And look at this, Nick Jackson trying to get his brother back up to his feet, trying to light the fire in the belly of Matt Jackson. He doesn't want to lose those tag team titles tonight, Larry.
Oh, vicious knee right across the chest there by Brandon Gatson. Gatson now has Matt dazed and confused. Oh no, wait a minute, so we thought. A float over by Gatson. Handspring Ducks him. Nails him with a spinning back. Enziguri.
Wait a second, though. Look at Nick Jackson.
Springboard drop kick. He's not the legal man. Neither is Scorpio Sky. But Sky going to meet him in the center of the ring now. Went for the kick. He didn't catch him. Boom! Fly across body. He just took out Nick Jackson. Where are they getting this energy from?
It's the tag team titles, Larry. Everybody wants them. Nobody wants to lose them. Everybody wants to put their names in stone. They want to go down in history as the EWF Tag Team Champions. And now 2 men on the outside, 2 men on the inside. Referee Chris Massey already up to 4 with that standing 10 count.
I think I think Brandon Gatson and Matt Jackson, they're still the legal men in this contest. Nick and Sky never made a tag. These two competitors are fighting it out for the Tag Team Championship of the Empire Wrestling Federation. Vicious forearms now. Matt Jackson nailing him. Oh, but Gatson not coming off the ropes. Wait a minute.
Was that a tag?
Sky just made a blind tag. Gatson doesn't see it. Matt Jackson doesn't realize it. Oh, wait a minute. A pickup here. Fireman's carry.
Oh my God!
Holy crap! We're going to have new Tag Team Champions right here. We would have had new Tag Team Champions if it wasn't for Nick.
Nick Jackson coming out the last second, Larry.
Barely coming in to save his brother. Scorpio Sky is the legal man. And it's Gatson and Sky. Oh no, wait a minute. Gatson's still in the ring. Gatson's sending Matt into the opposite corner. I think we're going to go for the mile high. Chris Massey's telling him he's got to get out. He's not the legal man.
Well, look at this. Wait a second.
Went for the mile high. And I think he just took himself out.
Flew a little too high on that one, Larry. Wait a second. Sky doesn't know what's going on. Wait a second now.
Here goes the Ace of Spades. Goes for the cover on the Nick. But Massey, legal man. There's Oklahoma Roll. Gets a 2 count. Sky having to fight off both Young Bucks at the same time. Can he do it?
Well, look at this guy coming off the ropes. Wait a second.
Went for the clothesline. Was blocked. Waistlock here, but Matt reversing it now. Coming off the ropes. Worst case scenario one more time. No, that was blocked. Wait for the, oh, wait a minute. Thought he was going to go for the final answer. Blocked it. Oh! Oh!
Double super kick in the corner. Sky is out on his feet. Look at this, a double cover. 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match and still EWF Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks!
The Young Bucks hold another rabbit out of their hat. Through hell and high water. They went into hell. They came out of hell with those tag team championships. Number of times I thought we were going to have brand new tag team champions. But the Young Bucks proved to the fans here at the Knights of Columbus Hall why they are a dominant name in the tag team division anywhere across the globe. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it, the 4th installment of the Great Goliath Memorial Battle Royal. And joining me here at the broadcast position is the host of the NWA Wrestling Showcase, David Marquez, who's going to present the award of the winner of this Battle Royal. And as well as the reigning EWF Heavyweight Champion, Brandon Gatson, who sometime down the road is going to have to face the winner of this Battle Royal.
That's right, Larry. Go ahead, Brandon, if you got something to say.
Well, I'm just watching this great action in the ring. You can't really tell what's going on, but I see my good partner, Scorpio Sky's got a little hammerlock on. Up, get reversed. Everyone's just going at it. You can't tell what's going on. You got Mondo hanging on the bottom rope.
That's right, action-packed here in Covina, California. You know, there's an awful lot of men in this ring vying for your championship, Brandon, and I know that you're looking forward to one day meeting the world's heavyweight champion, Blue Demon Jr.
Yes, sir. That's definitely on one of my to-do things on my list. But right now, I gotta stay strong here in the EWF and keep my belt, keep my title, and keep my reign going strong, so that one day I can have that chance, that opportunity, that great opportunity at that Blue Demon.
All right, Larry, why don't you let me in on some things here now? You know these guys way better than I do.
Mike Mountain has been eliminated.
Who deserves a shot at this championship. Who's the man that you predict is going to be the winner here tonight?
That's definitely going to be a tough one to call. A lot of them that are in the ring right now, I would definitely say deserve a shot. Scorpio Sky, the former heavyweight champion, the former king of SoCal, is definitely a top contender for the heavyweight championship, at least in my eyes. And then you have the big monster Terex, who I feel is underrated here in EWF. And oh, wait a minute. Sexy Chino is just eliminated as well. There are so many other competitors that are in that ring right now. A lot of them that are underrated and feel that they just need this one chance to shine, this one opportunity to face you, Brandon Gatson.
That's C. Edward Vanderpyle?
That is C. Edward Vanderpyle.
Wow. I did not expect that. I could not see him behind all the guys taking their liberties with him.
Now, I don't know if you guys know the origin of Vanderpyle's outfit he's wearing. That's actually the very first original ring attire of one Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. It probably goes back about 13 years. Now look at these two men, three men trying to get Vanderpyle out of the ring in that far corner.
Devon Willis, Scorpio Sky. Now wait a minute, I think Biggie Biggs is trying to help him up as well. Vanderpyle was close to elimination for just a moment. Now wait a minute, I can see Mondo Vega is trying to suplex someone, trying to suplex Chris Cadillac over the top rope.
I think I just saw someone try to attempt a pin in this thing. It's over the top rope.
Well, that is correct. That's the only way to be eliminated in this matchup, is to be thrown over the top rope and have
Roger Reese. Oh.
Well, he was thrown over the top rope, but both his feet did not hit the floor, and that's why he's still in this matchup. And DK Murphy was just eliminated.
All right, look at there. Human Tornado doing his chuck and jive on the other side to Vanderpyle. Are we going to see? Well, maybe not. Oh, more kicks to the face by the Human Tornado.
Chris Evans has Pretty Boy Peter Avalon up on his shoulders and is trying to deliver an airplane spin, trying to clean house here. Oh, but Yan Nakano just knocked him out on his feet.
Knockout.
Did you see that shot she did? Peter Avalon was thrown over, but he managed to land on the apron and stay in this. Oh, but Terex is going right after work at him.
Terex is just mauling this competition in here.
Now, Brandon, I gotta ask you.
If Terex wins this match, I really gotta go get training extra hard and do some new training techniques to fight this guy.
Well, I gotta admit, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing another classic between you and Scorpio Sky for the heavyweight championship. But who else in this battle royal would you feel would be a worthy contender for you?
Well,
I know I put you on a big spot
we got
here.
Terex. These are two big guys taking care of business right now. Human Tornado looks like he's running a little strong. There goes Peter Avalon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pretty Peter Avalon has been eliminated.
Right now I see Tornado, Scorpio Sky,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Terex.
Brandon Parker and Chris Evans have been eliminated.
Look at C. Edward Vanderpyle. He's on top right now.
Look at this, he's got Roadhouse in the corner.
He's getting fired up, look at him.
Oh, the Doi tribute in the corner by Chris Cadillac on the Jaeger.
Theodore Vanderpyle doing his best Tommy Rich impression on the other side of the ring. He's all fired up.
Oh, we're dwindling down the numbers now. We're losing a lot of weight in the ring.
Now, Brandon, what if C. Edward Vanderpyle wins this battle royal and you have to face that man?
I will enjoy a match with C. Edward Vanderpyle. I've had a few matches where he's been on the outside and I've never quite got my hands on him. And boy, would I love a one-on-one confrontation with C. Edward Vanderpyle.
Well, you're definitely not the only one, and I think that's why a lot of people are happy to be in this battle royal. Not for just a shot at the heavyweight championship, but to get a chance at C. Edward Vanderpyle. Now look at this.
Scorpio Sky. He's out.
Oh, there went my pick. Scorpio Sky's out.
Jeremy Lager has been eliminated.
Wait a minute now. Human Tornado.
Ladies and gentlemen, the overnight celebrity Roger Reese has been eliminated.
Oh, Johnny Starr.
I can't get a word in edgewise. Everyone's being eliminated all at once. They're going after C. Edward Vanderpyle now.
He had his nipples.
I gotta say, I think the favorite for me in this matchup. Oh, wait! There he goes, C. Edward Vanderpyle right on the outside.
Gentlemen, C. Edward Vanderpyle has been eliminated.
Well, I guess we won't see that dream match with you and him, Brandon, but I was saying Terex. He's undefeated on the NWA Wrestling Showcase. The man is undefeated on television, so I'd really like to see him and Brandon get at it if he happens to win this one.
Oh no, wait a minute, look at this. Ray Biggie Biggs Murillo went over the top rope, and he's been eliminated by Devon Willis.
Devon Willis. Devon Willis is starting to look strong in there. I'm kind of a little.
So is the Human Tornado. Look at this. He has Johnny Starr in the corner. Oh, wait a minute. We just had another elimination.
Who got eliminated?
I think it was Dave the Bruiser was just eliminated. Oh!
Tornado gets his signature move off.
Oh, that was a house party that Johnny Starr did not want to go to.
Oh, nice power slam in the middle of the ring.
The Bruiser has been eliminated.
Roadhouse just nailed Devon Willis with what he calls a roadblock. Supernatural, a newcomer here to the EWF. He's still in this.
Tony Reyes has been eliminated.
And Tough Tony Reyes was just eliminated, and Dave the Bruiser is going right after him at ringside. Meanwhile, Johnny Starr has a purple nurple going onto the Human Tornado. As Supernatural was just eliminated.
Supernatural has been eliminated.
We're down to, it looks like our final 6 competitors. Roadhouse is still in there. He's tangled up in the corner with Terex, the big monster. Oh, handsome Johnny Starr was just eliminated.
Ladies and gentlemen, handsome Johnny Starr has been eliminated.
We got Devon Willis working the tornado in the corner. We got Terex just eliminated.
Ladies and gentlemen, Roadhouse has
just
been
eliminated. Roadhouse.
The final 4 members of the Critical Lab Battle Royal are Terex, the One, Devon Willis, Zero Gravity, Chris Cadillac, and the Human Tornado.
One of these 4 individuals is going to get a shot at you, Brandon Gatson, for the heavyweight championship. I gotta say,
I am confused right now. I am torn.
Yeah, 4 great competitors in that ring right now. And I gotta believe any one of these 4 could be a great contender for your championship.
I got all 4 of these men, Larry, all 4 of these men. They know what it's about, and of course they all attack the big man. All going after Terex because they know with him out of the picture, it's an easier chance for them to get to Brandon.
Well, that is correct. You're going to need all the muscle that you can, maybe a forklift or 2 to get Terex up and over the top rope. He almost squashed the Human Tornado in the corner, but look at this, Devon Willis on the attack now, hammering away on Terex. Big clothesline now, has him in the corner. Now we have Cadillac and Devon Willis trying to muscle him up. In comes the Human Tornado for an added assist.
Oh, look, are they going to get him out?
Oh, they got him up and over. And Terex,
and he's out.
Terex has just been eliminated.
Terex has been eliminated.
I tell you what, all these last 3 men are great contenders, but I am glad Terex has been eliminated.
Now, wait a minute. We may see Zero Gravity, Chris Cadillac, the reigning Cruiserweight Champion, challenge you for the Heavyweight Championship. As he just had a great 360-20 rotations out. I don't know how many rotations it was. There was too many to count. Look at this. He's trying to clean house here. Oh, but Devon Willis! Devon Willis just eliminated Chris Cadillac.
Chris Cadillac has been eliminated.
But see right there with Chris Cadillac, that's what happens when you try to do a little too much. The objective here is to get the man over the top rope. There's no scorpion deathlocks out there. There's no fancy moves. It's who goes over the top, and Willis was the smart man in this position.
Listen to this crowd. Listen to this crowd.
This capacity crowd here at the Knights of Columbus Hall voicing their opinion. And it's going to be either the Human Tornado or Devon Willis that'll challenge you for the Heavyweight Championship. Oh, no, wait a minute. They're having a secondary battle here in the ring, trying to show supremacy, trying to show some intimidation here.
So let me ask you guys, who would you guys like to see next show against me, Heavyweight Championship match?
I don't know. For me, I would have to say the Human Tornado. I'd like to see you in the Human Tornado.
I think the Human, but look at this right here. You have Willis and the Human Tornado. The Human Tornado tries to take him out over the top rope. Tornado knows coming back after these injuries that he needs to be in a position not just to win a championship, but big purses as well. And this is his way to get back on top.
Oh, vicious back elbow right onto Devon Willis as he was coming out of the corner. Again, you have to throw them over the top rope, and both feet must land on the floor in order to be eliminated here. There's no pinfalls, there's no submissions here. And he's trying to muscle over Devon Willis. Devon Willis, who's been on the track trying to make a name for himself back in the Empire Wrestling Federation. Oh, but now look at that, a thumb to the eye. A simple thumb to the eye brought all of the momentum back into Devon Willis's favor. Willis now, vicious chop across the chest. Really trying to light up the chest of the Human Tornado right now. Oh, he's gonna do it again, come on. Devon Willis may be on the verge now of challenging for the heavyweight championship here if he can get rid of the Human Tornado. Look at this, just nailed him with a nice shot into the midsection.
I'm starting to lean towards Devon Willis for this battle royal.
Is there any particular reason why? Do you see a weakness? Do you see a fault? Do you see something as the champion that you can get over on this guy?
Actually, I see him taking over on the Tornado, and I see, oh, wait a minute, I might be mistaken. These fans are behind Tornado. If they get behind him, he feels the energy. He starts firing back. They don't know what could happen. It could go either way. Oh!
Tornado sending Devon Willis face first into the middle turnbuckle. Now he comes charging out the ropes. Big facelift dropkick in the corner, nailing him in the back of the head now. But that may be difficult now for Devon Willis to be thrown over the top rope, considering now he is dead weight. He's not getting up. Human Tornado, you got to throw him over the top rope and make him land on the floor in order to win this.
Well, Tornado now jaw-jacking with a fan in the front row. Maybe kin to New Jack, don't know. Look at this, not paying attention.
Look at this, Devon Willis is pulling him by the hair, bringing him back into the ring. Sends him to the ropes, no, it's reversed by Tornado. Tornado with a clothesline over the top rope. Wait a minute. Devon Willis held out of the ropes.
Tornado has been eliminated. Therefore, your winner of the fourth annual Great Alliance Battle Royal, the one, Devon Willis.
Human Tornado had all the momentum with the clothesline going over the top rope. He had too much momentum, and that sent him flying over the top rope. Devon Willis holding on to the ropes for dear life, and that's what saved him. And it's going to be Devon Willis challenging Brandon Gatson for the heavyweight championship, one-on-one. And he has left the broadcast position to stare down at his competition. Dave Marquez, let's take it to Dave.
To present you with this award, but before I do, I understand that we have a special guest here today, and I'm going to invite her to the ring to actually present this to you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paloma, who is the daughter of the Great Goliath, and she's here this evening.
Well, definitely the Great Goliath would be proud of this battle royal. It was definitely a great one.
And this is in memory of your father, and here you go, your winner. Devon Willis. Excuse me, the one, Devon Willis. Get it right. I'm mistaken. The one, Devon Willis.
Month after month, time after time, the KOS have been battling it out with Liger Rivera, whether it was for the EWF Tag Team Championships or the American Heavyweight Championship. They have not been able to get Liger Rivera out as they're thrown out of that side of the KOS. Sure, Liger Rivera has shared some losses and shared some victories over Ryan Taylor. But here tonight, Liger Rivera is gonna do whatever he can to claim his first ever EWF America Heavyweight Championship here tonight at the Knights of Columbus Hall.
Well, a coveted championship this is, Larry. Liger Rivera has been working hard his entire career to climb that ladder. Former tag team champion, first ever cruiserweight champion. Now trying to add this to that resume and work his way to the top of the EWF. And look at that, Liger Rivera starting with a flurry off the ropes now. Tilt to where, wait a second, now it's turning into an arm drag, and Ryan Taylor's being out wrestled right now. Now look at this, up and over the top rope is Liger Rivera. Big shoulder block though, Larry.
Coming back into the ring now, flips over Ryan Taylor, Liger Rivera climbing up to the top rope, walking a tightrope, nails him with a clothesline. What great balance, what agility in Liger Rivera catching Ryan Taylor off guard, and Taylor having to hold a guard barrier at ringside. Oh no, wait a minute. Liger Rivera was gonna take flight, but he just got nailed with a drop kick as Ryan Taylor came back into the ring.
Well, Liger Rivera trying to slingshot himself over the top rope. Ryan Taylor giving him that drop kick. Liger Rivera did hit the apron on the way down, just fell all the way to the ground, Larry. And like we tell everybody here, there's no protective padding there. That is just a hard floor.
And there's Mondo Vega screaming into the face of Liger Rivera, screaming that he's not going to get up, screaming that his life is going to end here tonight if Ryan Taylor has anything to say about it.
Ryan Taylor with a big knife-edge chop right across the chest of Liger Rivera. Aiden Riley coming around our side of the ring, and look at Mondo Vega on that side.
Winding up for another chop across the chest.
That's right, directing traffic as well. Ryan Taylor getting back in the ring to break the count. I don't know why he would do that, though. A count out is a victory still, Larry, and he would retain the title.
Well, that is correct. He would retain the championship, but it's not about count-outs and it's not about disqualification in this match. He wants to inflict pain and punishment on Liger Rivera, and so does Mondo Vega, as we just saw him throw Liger face first into the ring post.
You have yet to see Liger start to stir. He's still trying to grab his way, use that apron to get back up. Justin Borden, of course, distracted by Ryan Taylor, the American champion here in the Empire Wrestling Federation. And I look at Mondo Vega putting his hands up saying, what? Wait, I'm just going to help him back.
Oh, he's just going to help him back.
Well, yeah, of course, now that Liger's defenseless. Look at this cover. 2. Only getting a 2 count, though. No hook of the legs. Pretty cocky by Ryan Taylor.
We've seen that cocky and arrogant attitude of Ryan Taylor's time and time again. It's cost him many of matches, it's cost him championships, and if he continues to do that with Liger Rivera, if he continues to undermine and underrate the abilities of Liger Rivera, we may have another new champion here tonight. We already had one title change hands.
That we did, and look at this, Ryan Taylor, the king of submissions. Beautiful variation of that key lock. Did you see that, Larry?
Oh, he had a variation of that armbar turned into that camel clutch position. And it looks like, oh, come on, he's stepping on the face of Liger Rivera right now.
He's also stepping on the wrist. Looks like he's trying to break the arm like that, Larry.
Well, there's no doubt about it. There's a reason why he's called the king of submissions. He has a great array. He's got a great arsenal of submission holds. And he's got a great arsenal of kicks as well. Those educating feet really nailing their mark all over the back of Liger Rivera.
Well, of course, Ryan Taylor, a product of the School of Hard Knocks, learning from not only Jesse Hernandez, but also many of the people that came from the School of Hard Knocks, like Rocky Romero, Alex Kozlov, TJ Perkins, and we all know the big feud that TJ and Ryan had over that NWA Heritage Championship, right now carrying over into Liger Rivera. Liger Rivera, of course, wants to put this right here, Larry, the EWF American title around his waist for the first time in his long career here in the EWF. EWF's been around for 13 years, and Liger's been around for 10 of those, Larry.
Oh my God, did you hear that kick across the back?
I don't think he's going to be around for much longer if he keeps taking those. There's a hook of the leg, but only a 2 count.
Well, there's no denying that there's a lot of heart and a lot of determination in Liger Rivera. He will do whatever it takes. He will even put his own body at risk in order to get the victory, in order to take away a championship.
Well, that's why he's called the most fearless man in the EWF, Larry. Like you said, doing whatever it takes to win that title, doing whatever it takes to win a match. And right now, Ryan Taylor's doing exactly what he needs to do. Keep Liger Rivera grounded and keep him off from the ropes. Wait a second, though. Look at this.
Crucifix. This may be it here. Taylor gets right back up. Put back down again with a schoolboy roll-up. And another 2 count. But look at this vicious back elbow by Ryan Taylor. Taylor stopping all the momentum now, trying to get it back going into his favor. Definitely wants to put Liger Rivera away, put us out of professional wrestling.
Well, hook of the leg and only 2 count. And look at this now, stepping on the back of their neck. Not only choking Liger Rivera, but all the pressure on the spine layer. We all know how detrimental the spinal injuries can be to the career of a wrestler.
I mean, Liger Rivera has had to take time out for numerous of injuries. Various injuries across his body. A back injury would be just another one to add to the list of all the injuries Liger Rivera has suffered and maybe put him out for good. Look at us missing the clothesline. Taylor now. Wait a minute. He just got caught. Victory roll by Liger Rivera. Are we going to have a new champion here? No, a kick out by Taylor.
Oh, but look at that. Ryan Taylor going right back to her with a big toe kick right to the stomach and chest area of Liger Rivera. Now stomping away between the shoulder blades.
Ryan Taylor now, come on, pulling him by the hair. And going back to work on the arm, barring the arm right over the body of Liger Rivera.
A great modified armbar there. Look at that again with that key lock variation, Larry. That armbar into that top wrist lock, key lock.
And all while sitting on the lower back of Liger Rivera. He's got 3 holds on at the same time on the Liger Rivera.
And this is why they call him the king of submissions, Larry. I've never seen a wrestler do the kind of things that Ryan Taylor can do. He is literally twisting Liger Rivera into a pretzel. But look at this, Liger Rivera getting him back up to his feet now. Now look at this, getting back into Ryan Taylor, digging shots right under the ribs. Now look at that, Ryan Taylor neutralizing it. Big shot right across the shoulder blades.
Throws him into the ropes. Wait a minute, look at this, victory roll again by Liger Rivera. 2. No, thought he had it. So did Ryan Taylor, and Ryan Taylor quickly going on to the attack, making sure that Liger Rivera does not get up again.
Well, doing what he has to do, keeping him on the ground right now, Larry. And look at him stalking Liger Rivera like a lion stalks his prey in the jungle. And he is doing just that. He is trying to destroy Liger Rivera.
But look at this, Liger fighting back. Liger trying to fight back, but Ryan Taylor still on the momentum, but maybe not for long after that elbow. Oh, he nailed him with a knee. Right into the midsection. Now coming off here, went for the axe kick. No one to be found there. Tornado DDT.
Springboarding off of that rope and hitting him with that tornado DDT. Now both men down in the middle of the ring. Mondo Vega coming to the aid of Ryan Taylor now, as is Aiden Riley.
And he gets a 2 count. Mondo Vega trying to revive his man on the floor. Taylor slowly getting back up on his feet. Liger Rivera slow to his feet as well.
Well, now both men back up to their feet, but still uneasy on him. Ryan Taylor, big right hand. Now both men trading shots in the middle of that ring. You gotta believe that whoever can get the next big shot in is gonna have the advantage in this match, Larry. And the advantage goes to Ryan Taylor.
Vicious spinning back kick. Now nails him with the axe kick. Had not seen him pull that move out in quite a while. There's a cover again. And this match continues, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Ryan Taylor doing the smart thing there, trying to finish it with that big axe kick after putting all that pressure on Liger Rivera's neck and throat earlier, choking him out. And now look at this, Larry.
Tying him up, Texas Cloverleaf coming up right here, and he's in the center of the ring. Liger Rivera is very far away from those ropes. And I gotta
wait a second, it looks like Ryan Taylor lost a bit of that cloverleaf. Yeah, Liger Rivera's feet came out. Now he's got to reposition. Now he does into that Boston Crab. And look at how far back he's got Liger Rivera. Wait a second, Liger Rivera rolled through. Liger Rivera's on his back now.
Slingshot, look at this, dropped him. Oh! And the whiplash effect he suffered coming back down across the lower back. Could not quite get the hold that he wanted on those submission holds earlier, but still held on long enough for that to happen.
Liger Rivera is in a world of hurt. Look at this gut wrench.
Oh, has him up. Trying to go. I thought he was going to go for a backbreaker submission.
But wait a second, no, Liger Rivera reverses it. And Liger Rivera has Ryan Taylor locked in. Look at that. He's spinning around and around and around.
Here it comes.
He hit Justin Borden in the face. He's still spinning though.
Justin Borden, the official, is knocked out.
And Liger Rivera hits him with that Chuck Norris. That Chuck Norris backbreaker did the job. It's for Ryan Taylor, but at the same time, he inadvertently took out Justin Borden.
Now we don't have an official to make the pin.
Liger Rivera could be the new American champion after that Chuck Norris backbreaker.
Wait a second, those look like Liger's dizzy though. He's spun him around for a long time. Now, excuse me, now finally getting over. Covers Ryan Taylor. 1,
2, 3.
That should be
We have a new champion, but we don't have an official to make the count.
Liger Rivera should be the new EWF American champion, but nobody to make the count. Justin Borden's still out after getting kicked in the face inadvertently by Ryan Taylor during that Chuck Norris backbreaker. Justin Borden still out cold on the mat. Liger Rivera now getting Ryan Taylor back up to his feet. Big clubbing blow across the shoulder blades. Now wait a second.
Liger Rivera was gonna go for a slingshot move. Montevega held onto his ankle. Liger Rivera now slingshots himself into the ring, but he got caught with a power slam.
Liger Rivera slingshotting off the ropes, getting caught that power slam. Now wait a second.
Picks him right back up. Holy crap, dropped him right on his head.
Look at that twisting Michinoku driver there, Larry. Look at this. Now Ryan Taylor.
1, 2, 3. Not again.
Ryan Taylor would have retained the American title there, but no official. If Justin Borden's not going to get up, what's going to happen?
We need to get another official out here. We need to get some help. Justin Borden appears to be out cold. Otherwise, this match is just going to go on forever with no end in sight.
Well, wait a second now. Look at that.
There's another cover again. 1, 2, and 3. But again, to no avail, no referee.
Well, Ryan Taylor inadvertently used those educated feet right on the jaw of Justin Borden.
We need to get an official out here. Wait a minute, what? Montevega just went under the ring. Oh no. He just grabbed a crutch. He just grabbed a crutch from ringside. Who the heck is hiding these things underneath the ring?
I don't know. Who needs that under the ring? Look at Ryan Taylor winding up though. Looks like Vladimir Guerrero at the plate, ready to go. Liger, turn around, turn around!
Oh, he turned around, missed the shot with the crutch. Who did counter on it? No, oh, wait a minute, Liger Rivera holding on, drops him in a power bomb. What power by Ryan Taylor, muscling up Liger Rivera. Oh no, wait a minute. He just dragged him away into the center of the ring now. Ryan Taylor is gonna take flight here.
Well, we all know that Ryan Taylor can deliver a nice senton from the top rope. Look at that, standing up at the top, going for it. Oh, but nobody home. Liger Rivera rolling out of the way.
He went for the senton bomb, but no one was there to connect. But wait a minute, Liger Rivera, the shock and awe. He just hit the shock and awe. If he can roll him over for the cover, and if Justin Borden can be coherent for 3 seconds, we're gonna have a new American champion.
Well, look at Liger Rivera's made the cover. 1.
Referee's out of position.
2. No, come on now.
Montevega knew it had to be done. He had to pull him out of harm's way. And now, Ryan Taylor retains the championship.
Liger Rivera thought he had the match won. He actually put his fist up in victory. And he looked at Aiden Riley. She said, no, you didn't. But wait a second now.
Liger Rivera now going after Montevega. Oh! Montevega just nailed him in the face with the crutch.
Oh, come on. This is a 3-on-1 assault with no referee now. This is just ridiculous. How in the hell is Liger Rivera going to get a fair shot in this match?
Jesse Hernandez has finally made his way to ringside, checking on the official, Justin Borden. Are we going to have a ruling here? I mean, come on. Montevega's in the ring right now. He's got the crutch.
Oh, come on!
This match isn't officially over. We've never seen a bell.
Jesse,
we never heard a bell.
Come on!
Oh no, come on, a Pino Mike.
You can even hear the crowd. Jesse, do something. Come on. This match isn't over yet. There's been no bell. There's been no referee's decision. Wait a second.
Ryan Taylor just nailed Jesse Hernandez with the crutch. Look at this, trying to beat him down with the crutch, and he's choking the man.
He's choking Jesse out with the crutch. Come on.
These animals are doing whatever they want. The KOS, they have just taken over this matchup.
Montevega taking shots at Jesse Hernandez too.
They're doing whatever they want to whoever they want now.
Now look at this, Ryan Taylor dragging Liger Rivera. What is he taking him?
He's taking him into the crowd now. Oh wait, he's got a chair.
contact with Mondo Vega.
And now we have the locker room is emptied, and Zero Gravity Chris Cadillac is in the ring right now with the KOS. Look at this, throwing out Mondo Vega.
Look at that, Slick Nick Jackson, Mr. Instant Replay, Matt Jackson, Scorpio Sky, and Chris Cadillac are kicking the KOS out. And now what is this? Chris Cadillac in the ring with Sky. And look at this, Ryan Taylor, where is he gonna go?
They got Ryan Taylor cornered. Slick Nick coming back out here. Look at this. The ring is filling up. It's almost as if we had a battle royal again. Ryan Taylor is in trouble here.
Well, look at this. These guys are, it looks like they're taking corners. It looks like they're equalizing this match. But how much is that going to help? Liger Rivera already had a heart attack delivered into those steel chairs. Jesse Hernandez even getting in the fray.
Wait a minute, is this match still going on?
I never heard that. We have an official. Christopher Lee is out here now.
This match is still going on. Liger wants to fight. Liger is still in this.
Liger, we're going to go for that show, no fear. But wait a second, getting rolled up.
No, let it end like this. Liger kicks out.
Well, look at this. It's almost empty. These guys are acting like lumberjacks. Cadillac, the Young Bucks, Scorpio Sky, all at ringside. Making sure nobody gets involved. Look at that hard Irish whip. Liger Rivera showing no fear.
He got caught. Liger Rivera got caught by Ryan Taylor. Look at this. Taylor has him up on his shoulders. Trying to go for a Splash Mountain bomb. But Liger Rivera is holding on for dear life by his ankles.
Look at that. Liger Rivera is still holding on. Ryan Taylor getting out of the way, though. Oh, come on.
And he just took him off the top rope as he's now perched up there. Ryan Taylor following pursuit now. Hammering away now with elbows across the neck of Liger Rivera. Oh, no, wait a minute.
What is going on? Look at this. Ryan Taylor on the second rope. It looks like he's picking him up for a jackknife.
He tried to go for a shot with that Splash Mountain bomb earlier. Oh, he got on a counter. Holy crap. 2, 3. We have a new champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match and new EWF American Champion, Liger Rivera!
Liger Rivera has finally did it! Here tonight, he has just won his first ever American Heavyweight Championship! He has finally dethroned Ryan Taylor, the king of submissions! In his 10-year career, Liger Rivera has finally gone back to the top of the mountain. He is a champion once again in the Empire Wrestling Federation. And in the ring to celebrate with him right now, the very same friends that he's had in the locker room.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your new EWF American Champion, Liger Rivera!
Paul Gonzalez making the announcement again as a capacity crowd here at the Knights of Columbus Hall are celebrating with Liger Rivera in his long journey to get to this point in his career. And at ringside, Jesse Hernandez is trying to eject Mondo Vega out of the Knights of Columbus Hall after putting him through all this hell in this matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is the main event of the evening. Introducing first, weighing at 320 pounds from Orange County, California, Black Metal! And his opponent, weighing in at 260 pounds from Los Angeles, California, the masterpiece, Chris Master!
This, ladies and gentlemen, is what tonight is all about. It is main event time. Black Metal returns to the Knights of Columbus Hall after being suspended to take on the very same man that cost him the EWF Heavyweight Championship, the masterpiece, Chris Masters making his debut here at the Knights of Columbus Hall for the Empire Wrestling Federation.
Well, Larry, like you said, this is the main event of the evening. This one has gotten personal, way too personal, Larry.
Well, definitely it started when Chris Masters, as I mentioned, cost Black Metal a distraction, and he inadvertently got hit by Brandon Gatson with a chair, and that cost Black Metal the heavyweight championship.
Well, ever since then, Black Metal has been on a tear, blaming Chris Masters for that. And you've seen him put the master lock on Frank Mott, on Mondo, Jesse's son, tried to put it on his granddaughter. I mean, he's assaulted me, he's assaulted cameraman.
He's assaulted many of other wrestlers from the locker room. He's gone in during Polaroid opportunities and literally cleaned house.
Well, you saw what happened earlier tonight. He hit Loco right across the head with that monkey wrench and actually stole his mask.
I mean, it seems like Black Metal's just been on this tear, and all that he's wanted ever since Chris Masters cost him the championship was to get in the ring with Chris Masters, and now he finally has that chance here at the 13th anniversary extravaganza.
Well, be careful what you wish for, Larry, because he's got it, and you know what? The masterpiece, Chris Masters, is no slouch.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. One big disadvantage that Black Metal doesn't have that he normally would have is the size advantage. I mean, look at Chris Masters. He's in great physical condition and is virtually the same size as Black Metal. Black Metal is used to being the monster, the OC wrecking machine. He's used to picking his men apart and mauling them around like basketballs.
Well, look at that. Actually, both men at a stalemate. Black Metal throwing Chris Masters off a little bit, trying to show him how strong he is. I mean, Chris Masters does give up about 60 pounds, but I mean, that's still a powerful man. You see Black Metal showing off that power. Nice side headlock applied to Chris Masters right in the middle of that ring, Larry.
He's going to try to ground Chris Masters. He doesn't want Chris Masters to, he doesn't want to give him a chance to apply that master lock that he has been literally mocking Chris Masters with throughout the months that we have seen here at the Knights of Columbus Hall.
Well, look at that. Black Metal with a big shoulder block takedown, flooring Chris Masters. You saw Masters trying to power out of that side headlock. Black Metal grabbing him by the hair and throwing him right back into position, Larry.
And it is throwing off Chris Masters. He had said it earlier, was throwing him off earlier. I think Chris Masters may have underestimated not only the size, but the power of Black Metal. And Chris Masters is a powerful individual in his own right. There's a reason why he is a masterpiece.
Exactly. He's world famous, taking on world-class competitors from everywhere, all over the globe, Larry. And now Chris Masters right here in the EWF, trying to be the problem solver for Jesse Hernandez and solve the big problem that is Black Metal. But right now, Metal showing that he has a lot to live up to in that name. Big back elbow, but wait a second though.
Trying to go for a clothesline in the corner, but Chris Masters following up with a series of chops right across the chest. Oh, and hey, that last one looked to be a little low.
Well, he unzipped the attire of Black Metal, chopped him in the stomach because Metal was trying to block it, and then gave him a knife-edge chop. Now a big kick right to the side of the head. Oh, and another knife-edge chop, followed up by yet another one. And you see Metal's chest is already starting to welt. And now Chris Masters climbing the ropes.
Look at his hammering away on the top of the head of Black Metal. Black Metal trying to swat him away. Oh, and he nailed him with a big boot.
Now you see Chris Masters now stunned a little bit. Now look at this hard Irish whip off the ropes. Ducking under. Going for that sunset flip is Chris Masters. Oh! Metal trying to counter it, but punching the man instead.
Chris Masters takes him down with a nice drop toe hold and steps on the hand of Black Metal, the same hand that he used to throw that clothesline.
Well, how is that going to affect it later on when Metal tries to put the Metal lock on Chris Masters? I mean, how's he going to lock the hands?
Well, definitely he's not going to be able to pick up any monkey wrenches around. That's for sure.
Well, now you see referee Christopher Lee trying to make the count, backing up Chris Masters. And he's already up to 3. Black Metal still favoring that hand.
Well, Black Metal taking his time to get back in the ring. He's trying to slow down the momentum that Chris Masters had just been building up, and at the same time recuperate from being stepped on.
Well, look at this. Chris Masters getting the crowd behind him, calling Black Metal a chicken. I've never known Black Metal to back down from any challenge. But right now, you got to think he's either strategizing or legitimately scared, Larry.
Well, this is a completely different animal that he is facing in Chris Masters. He has not quite faced a competitor like Chris Masters before. So he's got to go in with a completely different strategy that he's used to using when he's faced the likes of Brandon Gatson, the likes of Extreme Loco, the likes of Vision. I mean, all these other great competitors that the EWF has to offer.
Well, look at this, Black Metal ducking back out again. Chris Masters having enough of this, going to give chase, and now delivering right hands across the head of Black Metal. Now, wait a second, what's he doing?
Oh, he just slammed the hand again, this time across the ring apron. And he's going to do it one more time. Chris Masters is going to do whatever he can to make sure that Black Metal cannot put on that metal lock. Look, repeatedly now.
That hand has got to be shattered, Larry. I don't know that metal lock is going to be able to be put on, but Chris Masters going after Black Metal still, trying to get him back into the ring. I don't think Chris Masters wants to win this by a countout. He wants to thoroughly punish Black Metal for the crimes he has committed here in the EWF.
Look at this, Black Metal still trying to fight back despite being crippled in one arm. So far, he doesn't seem to be showing the effects of it whatsoever right now, as he's able to pick up Chris Masters. But Masters reverses it, trying to go for the Master Lock.
Oh, but Black Metal getting out of it. Wait a second, trying to put the lock up on his own. Well, Chris Masters trying to keep him down, trying to block it, and he does. And reversal, and he almost has it, Larry. He almost has it, but no. Black Metal getting to the ropes, and now referee Christopher Lee has to break the hold.
Well, definitely Chris Masters was on the verge of slapping on that Master Lock. Didn't quite have the grip that he wanted to. And again, Black Metal managed to get away from the grips of the Master Lock.
Well, Black Metal, of course, doing what he needs to do to keep from getting beat. Going to the ropes, the coward's way out, as some call it. Looking into that clothesline, but a big drop kick by Chris Masters.
Masters now going for the cover after that drop kick. And Black Metal kicks out.
Chris Masters only getting a 2 count. Gonna have to hook the leg of the monster Black Metal, Larry. You're not gonna get a victory over him without hooking that big ham hock.
Vicious back elbow right across the back of the neck. The masterpiece now. Trying to set him up here. Gonna throw him into the ropes, it looks like. It's reversed by the former EWF heavyweight champion. Oh, big sidewalk slam.
Oh, shades of the big boss man, Black Metal, slamming Chris Masters down to the mat. And Chris Masters is suffering after that. 320 pounds coming down on top of you with full force, Larry, cannot feel good.
Oh, definitely not. And this is what Black Metal had talked about just as he was coming into the ring, just as Chris Masters was making his entrance. He says he was going to come in here to do what he does every day, and that is beat people up. He wants to put the hurt on somebody, and he's definitely putting the hurt onto Chris Masters.
Well, that's right. Now look at this. Chris Masters picking himself up, putting a boot to the stomach of Black Metal, but Black Metal quickly neutralizing Masters. And now look at this, putting him hard into that corner. And now look at this, grabbing him by the wrist. Looks like he's going to go for another ride. Into the corner, big avalanche clothesline.
Oh, the clothesline from the OC, and it looks like he's going to follow it up with an OC clothesline. Nailed him with the clothesline from the OC versions 1 and version 3.
Well, look at this now, cover, no hook of the leg. Hook of the leg at the last instance. You got to wonder, if he'd have been able to hook that leg sooner, would he have won the match?
Well, I also have to wonder, after being assaulted onto that arm, how effective those clotheslines were.
Well, now look at this, Chris Masters trying to pick himself back up. Big elbow, but look at not doing the damage it should have. Big double axe handle right across the back. Trying to fight back though, and now look at this. Oh, big knife edge chop onto Chris Masters, and a knee right to the gut slows him down.
And now it's going on to slapping on a different submission hold, slapping on the bear hug. And he's got him right in the center of the ring. He's got him right where he wants him. Chris Masters has nowhere else to go.
But how much damage is he going to be able to do? I mean, that hand has already been messed up earlier in the match, Larry. All the punishment he's got. Can he really have that good of a grip? Or is Masters going to be able to get out of it?
Masters is trying to reach back. But he just can't get to the ropes. There's no way he's going to get to the ropes right now. Black Metal still having a lot of power. Look at this. He's taking him down. Has him down to one knee now.
I don't ever remember Chris Masters being put down by a submission move like a bear hug, Larry. Especially down to one knee. Look at that. He's faltering. He's down to 2 knees now, Larry.
Masters trying to find his way out of this. Look at this. I think he's trying to go to the eyes of Black Metal, but Black Metal still slapping on the pressure. into the ribs, despite, again, as we had mentioned, the assault he has taken onto the arm.
Well, look at that. Actually has him floored now, Larry. This is not unlike the vice of a boa constrictor. Every time that Chris Masters is taking a breath and releases it, Metal squeezes down just a little bit more and more until finally Chris Masters can't breathe. We're already at 2, Larry. His hand drops again, that's it. But no, his arm didn't drop. His arm stayed up.
Chris Masters is trying to find a break, trying to get to the ropes. No, he's trying to get back up onto his feet, trying to alleviate the pressure now, trying to take the pressure off the ribs. As Black Metal now still holding on for dear life. He does not want to let that hold go.
Well, look at this. Chris Masters creating separation between him and Metal, and now pounding away at the face. Black Metal finally relinquishing the hold. And look at that. Both forearms right across the side of the temples. And look at this. Oh, Masters coming off the ropes, but floored by a back elbow.
Vicious back elbow by Black Metal. But Black Metal taking too much time. Oh, wait a minute. What's he doing pointing at Chris Masters for? Is he going to call... Is he going to call the end now? Is he Babe Ruth?
I don't know. We all know that Black Metal thinks he's God's gift to wrestling. Look at that. He's wearing him down, though. Big shots right to the side of the head.
Oh, no way. No way. Black Metal is going to climb the top rope here, it looks like.
Oh, that's a scary thought. Just a big man on a rope like that. But what's he going to say?
It's a 300-pound monster that just took flight and crashed down. Chris Masters rolled out of the way just in time.
Nobody home. Chris Masters now has the opportunity, and he feels it. He's getting back to his feet, pulling his way back up. And a big right hand sends the big man wobbling, and another knife-edge chop.
A series of them now, trying to take down this monster from the Orange County. Look at this, reversal of the whip. Big flank shoulder tackle. And knocks him down again, this time with a clothesline. Make it a pair.
Now look at this, Chris Masters is on a roll now. Look at this, has him on with a side headlock applied. Wait a second, front face lock. Now what's this? Is he gonna go for a suplex?
He's gonna try to take him over with a suplex, and he does! Oh, I think he hurt his back on that one.
Chris Masters getting the monster up and over. Now a cover, 2.
Black Metal kicks out again before the 3, and Chris Masters can't believe it.
You know, Larry, I'm looking over there and I'm seeing Jesse's son Mondo. I'm seeing his granddaughter intently watching this match. Jesse Hernandez, the man himself, right here keeping a close eye on things. He doesn't want Black Metal to have the satisfaction of a win here, and I don't think that he will. Chris Masters is calling for the Master Lock.
Look at this, just measuring Black Metal, waiting for him to get back up onto his feet to slap on the Master Lock.
Look at this.
Stalking him, and there it is.
He's got him, he's got to lock the fingers, Larry. And wait a second, though.
Oh, come on. Black Metal had his hands on the official, and that distracted him to deliver the low blow onto Chris Masters. And folds him in half with that backdrop suplex.
Oh, the referee had no idea what went on, but right now, But right now, Black Metal in complete control. This match might be over if he can roll him over, Larry.
Look at this, rolls him over now, finally, going for the cover. This will be it here, 1, 2. No, Chris Masters gets a foot on the rope.
Well, Chris Masters is world-renowned for a reason, and that's why. Great ring presence, Larry. Not expending the effort, putting his ring on the rope, and then a foot on the rope, and the referee calling for the break.
And look at this, even Black Metal can't believe it. He thought he had the match won. He really did. But now, oh, wait a minute. Now he's calling for it. He's calling for the Metal Lock. Oh, come on.
Well, look at that, Black Metal. Now Chris Masters is back to him. Wait a second. He's got it! Black Metal's got it locked in, Larry.
He's got the Metal Lock, the very same submission move that Chris Masters uses to finish people off.
Look at that, Chris Masters fighting, trying his very best, trying his damnedest to get to those ropes to break it. And now look at that, has his hands behind his neck, but no! Look at this, Chris Masters might fall to his own devices. The fingers of Black Metal interlocked, you can see him turning white. Chris Masters down to 1 knee now, Larry.
Well, I was gonna say if anyone would know a counter to the Master Lock, the Metal Lock, it would be Chris Masters.
Well, wait a second. The crowd trying to get Chris Masters back into it. Chris Masters back out to his feet. Chris Masters looks like he's going to power out of it.
Trying to break the hold here. He's trying to muscle up all the power that he can to break the metal lock.
And he does! Larry pried the fingers out. He pried Black Metal's fingers out, but look at this. Black Metal pouncing right back on him. Big clothesline across the shoulders and neck.
Black Metal now feeling that he's got the momentum back going in his favor. Oh, wait a minute. Now what's he doing? What's he doing? Why is he going out of ringside? Oh, no, don't tell me.
Oh, no.
Don't tell me that he's looking for... We saw him come out with a wrench that knocked out Extreme Loco. Don't tell me that he's looking for a wrench again. He is looking for that wrench. He's looking for something.
Oh, look, I see it, Larry. Look at that Black Metal.
He found it.
Black Metal going for his own Black Metal right there. A huge Black Metal monkey wrench, a big pipe wrench, Larry. Wait a second, Jesse Hernandez sees it too.
And now wait a minute, Jesse Hernandez is getting at ringside. Jesse Hernandez is getting in the ring. And look at this, he just grabbed the wrench from Black Metal. Look at this, he's got his back turned to Chris Masters. Master lock!
Chris Masters has it! He's got the Master Lock locked! He's got him locked into it, Larry! That's it, he's dead! He quits!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match by way of submission, the masterpiece, Chris Masters!
Chris Masters did it! Chris Masters put the Master Lock on Black Metal, and that allowed him to force the submission, and it was thanks to Jesse Hernandez.
Listen here, Black Metal! Listen here, man! 2 weeks from tonight, on May 29th, I'm getting in the ring against you, and let me tell you something.
What?
If I can't beat you, let me tell you, if you can actually beat me, you'll stay. If not, you're out of here, man.
What?
If I beat you, adios, man. You're done. You're done. You're done. You may be bigger, but you know what? I got a bigger heart, brother. I have a bigger heart than you.
Jesse Hernandez just dropped the bombshell.
Put in your count in the count, because I'm going after you. What you've done to me, my son, my granddaughter, and everybody else here, man, no more.
Jesse Hernandez not backing down to Black Metal after Black.
May 29th, man, right here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a way to end the 13th-year anniversary extravaganza. I mean, 2 new champions were crowned here tonight, and it started with top shelf Jeremy Yeager losing the Cruiserweight Championship to who he thought was El Vigilante.
That's right. Chris Cadillac played the possum game, hid in disguise, won the Cruiserweight Championship. But not only that, what about Liger Rivera? 10 years in the making was his dream. Tonight, winning that American Championship. You know, you were there. I interviewed him in the ring. I asked him how it felt, and he says, you have no idea. Choked up, couldn't get any further than that, Larry. A truly emotional night for 2 great competitors here.
Oh, no doubt about it. Those 2 individuals, they finally made it to the top of the mountain here in EWF, but also on the rise, looking to get to the top of that mountain. The winner of the Great Goliath Battle Royal, Devon Willis, the one Devon Willis, won the Great Goliath Battle Royal, and he is going to get a shot at Brandon Gatson for the heavyweight championship.
Well, that's right. And let's talk about the other winners. Dan the Man Kobick, former EWF heavyweight champion, former American champion, former tag team champion. Ryan Taylor, former American champion as of tonight, former Heritage champion, former longest reigning cruiserweight champion ever. Cincinnati Red, the first ever. And we all know that he's a legend here in Southern California. That is a stepping stone, and Devon Willis is ready to take his place at the top of that ladder, Larry.
Well, definitely Brandon Gatson is going to have a lot to watch out for, as Devon Willis has said he was waiting 12 years for the opportunity that he wants for the heavyweight championship, and he is going to get that. But later on, we're gonna talk about that later on tonight because we still had so much more happening here tonight. I mean, what about what just happened in our main event between Black Metal and Chris Masters, the Masterpiece?
Well, Jesse Hernandez managed to get a little bit of retribution, a little bit of revenge when Chris Masters locked the Master Lock on Black Metal, getting the win. But then Jesse, I don't know that this is the smartest thing ever, challenging Black Metal to a match afterwards, saying that if he wins, Black Metal's no more in the EWF. It's been, what, about a year or so since we last seen Jesse in the ring?
Maybe a lot longer. Maybe a lot longer.
I'm not sure this was the best idea in the world.
Oh, definitely Jesse Hernandez feeling all the energy from what just happened, feeling that he got the revenge that he wanted, but he wanted to do it personally. That's why I believe he wanted this match, and we're going to see that match. He demanded that match on May the 29th. We're going to see Black Metal go one-on-one with Jesse Hernandez on May the 29th, as well as Brandon Gatson defending the heavyweight championship against the one, Devon Willis. I mean, that, and there's so much more that's going to be happening on May the 29th. And for more information on that, log on to EmpireWrestlingFederation.com as more details progress throughout the night.
Well, that's right, Larry. Ladies and gentlemen, 13 years strong, and you know that the EWF is going to be going on for at least 13 more. Larry, it's been a pleasure calling this match. Why don't we wrap this up and go home? It's party time.
It is party time. We had a great party here for the 13th anniversary show. We're going to have a great party later on tonight, too, Lalo.
That's right. Liger already started saying what we're going to do, so say bye. Let's go.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for 13 great years for the Empire Wrestling Federation, and stick with us for the next 13 years at least. Come on in, Sky. Come in, Sky. Ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio Sky coming over here to interrupt this.
How about the show, man? Is this before the show or after?
This is after the show.
Man, what a great! I didn't know where we were recording, but what
This
a
is after
great
the
show,
show,
right?
Yeah, the people are
they're putting
leaving.
the ring away, so yeah, it's after.
We're gonna play
good
this
call.
in reverse. So
Well,
that way-
I didn't know if we were shooting this for before the show. Sometimes you pre-tape in television and film. So
the magic that is editing can be worked on.
that's right. That's right. Because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but they actually record SmackDown on Tuesday.
No, don't say that. No, let's not get. Let's not
say that.
Let's not get into how early we tape the showcase.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Why don't you just tell them
And
there's
what
no
you
Santa
actually
Claus,
didn't know
too?
that
Jeez.
this
I know.
was recorded in November 2006.
No, it was.
I'm
crazy.
actually
That's
165 pounds now.
That's crazy. So by the time you see this, I'm not even going to be wrestling anymore. Me and Dave Marquez are going to be on vacation in the Bahamas, and we might not come back.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's
what
a
do you have to say
bombshell.
about that, Marquez?
Oh, he's behind me.
Holy shit.
I'm going to go because they were waiting for a picture. I was just trying to find a Sharpie, but I ended up on camera. Hey, if you're seeing this and you haven't bought the DVD yet, buy the DVD. Please do it. If you're seeing this and you have bought the DVD already, buy another DVD, right? Hey,
This will be an Easter egg on something.
Easter egg on something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Peace
Go
and-
Jesse.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Barack Obama.